Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Jordan. And I guess the first thing I want to talk about is my experience with coming out. I didn't come out until I was in college, and it was my junior year. And I think that one of the things that was really hard about coming out for me and about coming to terms with the fact that I was gay was the fact that I was really involved in sports. I was a Division I varsity athlete, and sports had always been a really important and big part of my life. And I really didn't see any other people around who I could identify with and who seemed to be having a similar experience to me. And it was only, after I got to college, gone through high school, been to college, and, started learning more about the world and about, the huge diversity that actually exists within the gay community, that I realized that, it doesn't matter if you do sports or if you do something that is considered non-stereotypically gay, you can still find other people who you identify with and people who have stuff in common with you, and that it's okay to be who you are and to do what you want and be gay along with that. So once I realized that, things definitely got a lot better for me.
So I actually really enjoyed high school, probably because I had amazing classmates and amazing teachers. But also I think a large part of it was doing things that I love doing and pursuing my passions, because I knew that in the future I wanted to have a wide variety of options for my life, and I think it's really, really important to keep that in mind when you're making decisions in high school and when you're deciding sort of how your actions today will have a bearing on the future. Because if you feel sort of stuck in a small town or in some community that is not sympathetic or kind to you, the best way you can escape that community is by going to a college far, far away on a scholarship, and at that point you are financially independent and geographically independent and essentially completely in control of your life. And so life does get better, and you can make that happen by making decisions today that allow you to have the options you want in the future.
So the story of how Sam and I met, and we've been dating for almost 2 years at this point, and the story of our first date is kind of cute and adorable and worth sharing.
Yeah, it's very cute. So I was a little nervous, as is my want.
I wasn't nervous at all.
And so I didn't want to be late, even though the bar that we were meeting at was less than 15 minutes away from my house. I actually got there more than 15 minutes early. And so then I also didn't want to be seen as having gotten there so early and being that nervous. So I snuck into a hotel lobby across the street and waited there, sort of spying across the street for 10 minutes until a more appropriate time to arrive. And Jordan was none the wiser, so it was a good decision.
I didn't hear anything about this until weeks, if not months later. But at the end of the date, it was equally adorable when we left, after probably an hour and a half of a really nice conversation. And as we were saying goodbye, I knew that Sam was leaving on a trip in a couple of days. And so I said, all right, have a great trip.
Oh, you too. Oh.
And he said, oh, you too, even though I wasn't going anywhere. And it just sort of betrayed his nervousness a little bit. But
a little bit.
It was so adorable and cute that it actually gave me an even higher impression of him than I already had. So here we are today. We've been dating almost 2 years. I work as a teacher in a high school. And so I see every day sort of how intense the lives of high schoolers can be and how easy it is to get wrapped up in the present moment and feeling like, there's nothing beyond high school or there's nothing that gets bigger than high school. And I've seen students who are gay and who are still closeted and who are struggling with it. I see students who are out but who are still struggling with it, either because they're the target of taunts and bullying, or simply because they feel like they're never going to meet someone, they're never going to have a normal, happy life. And I try to tell them that it will get better, and I know it's a difficult thing to hear or a difficult thing to believe when you're in high school, but it really does. Things get better in so many ways and on so many different levels, and you just have to hang in there and wait it out sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about the number of people you have met in your entire life when you are in high school, and if you were to simply move to a different city, how much larger that number would become immediately. The world is immense, at times inconceivably immense, and it's important to remember just how many different kinds of people are out there, and the mere fact of your existence means that there are quite likely other people a lot like you out there who are just waiting to be found.
So it will get better, we promise.
Mm-hmm. We do.
And good luck in the meantime.